everybody, what's up? Wednesday, May 20th. You ever have one of those days when you're just fatigued? We all do. That's how I feel today. For no particular reason. I don't know why. I just feel fatigued today. So, remember what I talked about yesterday about the headline trading? Actually, that's a topic that I have visited many times and spoke about many times, the headline traders. Remember last week I was talking about that? The headline traders sold the market down and then we rallied to new highs. Yesterday was the same thing. You had late in the day, Senator Kennedy of Louisiana said, hey, we're not going to get a fifth stimulus. They sold the market down almost 400 points. Today it was right back up. So I tried to impress upon you the path, the approach that will be a winning approach for you. And, I give you little strategic tips like fade the headline traders. You always want to go against people who act emotionally. And the headline traders, and again, I'll just recount a story. I've had a number of subscribers saying, Mike, why do I need you? In all seriousness, they said to me, why do I need you when I could just see the headlines and make moves in the market? That is beyond naive, it's beyond ridiculous. But this is, unfortunately, or fortunately for me, and fortunately for my subscribers and people who think alike as we do, fortunately that they provide the profits for us. Because that is a very naive, that is a very unsophisticated, that lends itself to emotional decision making. And let's face it, this whole entire game is a mental game. This is a mental endeavor, a psychological endeavor. It doesn't have a lot, at the end of the day, it doesn't have a lot to do with analysis. Although I always say that if you have the correct analysis, if you have the correct understanding, let me put it a different way, if you have the correct understanding, if you have the knowledge, that gives you an edge. Not a big edge, but it gives you an edge because ultimately it comes down to your behavior and that will dictate your performance, that will dictate your results. And this could be an easy game or this could be a really hard game. For most people, it is a very difficult game. Why is that? It's because of the emotional factor. It's because of the stress. They allow their thinking to sabotage themselves. We cannot control the markets. We can control our actions and we can control how we think about our actions. So, and I've always said, action is the path to results. A lot of people, what holds them back, what limits their success, what ultimately destroys or ruins them is lack of action. It's analysis to paralysis. It is seeking perfection. I always said that perfection is the destroyer of results. You do the best you can do to determine basic conditions, you take action, and then if you have to course correct, you course correct. But you need to take action. And wanting to be so precise when it comes, for example, to, hey, should I buy right here or maybe I'll just buy a little bit lower. I want to get that exact bottom point or the exact top. That is not going to help you. Action in more than one way makes it happen for you. And I'll tell you why. Action, first of all, moves you on the path to achieving what you want to achieve, which is profits in the market. All right? but action over time and kind of jettisoning the need to be absolutely precise lessens the fear factor. It makes you more confident. And I've said this many times in these videos that I've made, and if you take my Forex course, my video Forex course, you know, there was a day in that course, you know, when I said to the students in there, I said, pick any trade right now for me to do, any trade unplanned. I have no idea what you're gonna pick for me, and hopefully pick the worst possible trade you can pick. Maybe a market that's going straight up, tell me to go short. Maybe a market that's collapsing, tell me to go long, or vice versa. Maybe in a market that I don't even normally play around in, okay? Not one of the normal currency pairs that I play around. Pick anything, something to completely unplanned that I have no idea what you're gonna pick, and give it to me. I have no analysis on that. I haven't been looking at it. Every single time when they did that, I was able to work out of that trade at a profit. It's about management. It's about personal management. Now, I'm not trying to diminish the aspect of knowledge and information. I tell everybody, look, the other thing I see people do is this. Hey, I'm tight on money. I'm tight on funds. I better quit the service and build up my account. How is that going to happen? They come to me after having depleted their accounts. They start learning stuff, and then they quit saying they got to build the account. The depletion of the account came from a lack of understanding. It came from a lack of mental game. This is the old adage, I need, cut to grow. The wood chopper said, no matter how many times I cut this piece of wood, it's still too short. No kidding, because you are cutting it. Same concept with austerity for growth. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. In order to grow, it takes input. It takes an expenditure on some level. Effort, maybe monetary expenditure, study, resistance, repetition, all of these things. That equates to growth over time. When you have those elements over time, that equates to growth. It equates to financial growth. It equates to personal growth. It equates to emotional growth. It equates to growth in every aspect that exists. Cutting does not equate to growth. And the same concept applies in a difficult position. People ask me, well, Mike, when is it going to get easier? It's not going to get easier. All right? Just get over that fact. It is not going to get easier. It stays hard all the time. And the best gift you can give to yourself is the understanding that that's just a part of the process. It's what you are going to have to go through, period. There is no getting around it. And as I've said before, if you are able to transform your thoughts or to think about them in a way that the difficulty, the stressful times, the uncomfortable times are actually the periods when you are achieving the most growth, right? You can look at things as a negative, like, oh my God, this is terrible. My position is going against me. This is so horrible. I can't take it anymore. Or you could toughen yourself up and understand that discomfort you're feeling, that pain, so to speak, that's growth. That's good. That is positive. Learn to deal with that. The sooner you come to that realization, the sooner you put that into practice every day, because you're going to feel it to some degree every day. You're going to have positions going in your favor, and you're going to be, hey, this is fantastic, this is so much fun, I'm making so much money, and then all of a sudden, what happens? It's going against you. And like, oh, you can choose to be, oh man, I should have got out. Or you can say, this is growth. I need to go through this, because you know what? Next time, it'll teach me to hold that position longer. Like I had a lot of people who have said to me, you know, if I only would have held on, I would have made so much money. Well, how do you only hold on? You only hold on by going through the swings of a move. So when you're in a position and it's making money and then it starts to go against you, don't think like, oh no, I wish, I should have, I wish. No, say, yeah, I need to experience this. I need to feel this. I need to go through this. I am growing in this experience right now. And I'll leave you with this thought. I had an uncle who was a psychologist, passed away a few years ago. He was my closest uncle. And he had a saying. He said, don't should on yourself today. Don't should on yourself. Like, I should have done that. Don't should on yourself. All right, everybody.